Jeff Goodman from CBS Sports was with us. And I was wondering, here's Gregg Marshall, and I'm sure he doesn't view his team as a Cinderella. And why should you? If you get to the Final Four, are you a Cinderella? But you have Gregg Marshall, doing this, tournament and winning in Los Angeles. Here's UCLA and USC who need head coaches. And I said, well, why wasn't Gregg Marshall considered? Or is it the fact that he's still in the tournament that hurt him? Here's Jeff Goodman on Gregg Marshall.
I think part of what rubs people the wrong way about Gregg Marshall, when you ask around about him, a lot of people don't like him in the industry. I like him. He's fun. If you just had him on, he says what's on his mind. He doesn't worry, but he rubs a lot of people the wrong way. So I think when you start asking questions about him, and that's why he didn't get a job down at South Carolina or Clemson.
It's Jeff Goodman from CBS Sports. Let's bring in Gregg Marshall, Wichita State head coach. What do you make of what you just heard from Jeff?
Well, I turned down a couple of BCS jobs over the course of the years, and I really don't take a poll of what people in the industry think. I just try to win basketball games. I'm sure if I took a poll of media people, they'd say the same thing about Jeff.
Well, I think he meant it as a positive that he likes you and your personality. But, I mean, is your personality, does it scare people? Does it make people nervous? I don't know.
I don't know. Does it make you nervous?
Not yet.
Me either.
No, but you're successful, and I think sometimes, that's why I wondered, were you considered for these jobs?
Was I considered?
Yeah. Did you?
I have no idea.
You didn't hear from anybody?
I did not personally hear from anyone.
Anybody close to you?
There were conversations with someone that I know, yes.
And that's where it ended. So it's just conversation.
Yeah, we were still participating in the NCAA tournament, and I'm not going to talk about other jobs or be involved with other jobs while we're trying to prepare to win a game against LaSalle or Ohio State.
You view yourself as a Cinderella story, Gregg?
No, I don't.
You get offended with that?
No.
Well, when we label the mid-major, which I hate that label, because I think the mid-major is, I think it's an easy way to say those guys don't get one-and-dones. Those are the schools that have guys who stay for 3 or 4 years. But you guys are the dangerous schools, I think, now, because you have that consistency. You had a good team last year, a good team this year. How surprised are you that you're in the Final Four?
We had a good team 3 years ago. We won the NIT. We won 29 games. Should have been in the NCAA tournament. We just lost a few games down the stretch that you can't lose when you're in a non-BCS league, which left us on the outside looking in when it became Selection Sunday. But we won the NIT by an average of 16 points a game. We were pretty good. But, just when you win 4 games in the tournament, I don't think anyone's a Cinderella at that point. I've said it before. I'll say it again. Cinderella found one glass slipper. We won 4 games. I don't think she found 4. So when you get to this point, anyone can win.
The role of the coach now at the Final Four any different than in the previous games as you prepare these kids?
I have no idea. It'll be my first Final Four. This will be the first time that I've been there, Dan. I really have no idea what to expect. We're just trying to prepare our team as best we can. We had a good practice yesterday. We know Louisville's an unbelievable team, great talent, tremendous coaching, and we've got to be prepared for great athleticism and great pressure, and try to figure out a way to stop their offensive firepower as well.
How do you simulate that speed?
Well, we had a lot of time in the fall to simulate when we knew we had to go to VCU early in the year. That's the best way I can describe it. That's what we told our team. We've got 4 or 5 days here to prepare, which is good, better than 1 day. But it's hard for us to simulate the athleticism and size and just tenacity with which they defend.
I don't know if you've heard about the Pac-12 story with Sean Miller and Ed Rush. Have you heard anything?
Yeah, I think it's BS, to be honest.
Why?
That would go on. I mean, I think it compromises our game. I think it's terrible in terms of integrity, from an integrity standpoint. But that stuff goes on.
Have you been targeted before by an official?
I'm not going to get into that, but it's possible.
Well, you said it's gone on before, so.
Oh yeah.
I thought it was a fair follow-up question.
Yeah, I think it's possible, very possible.
I don't know how you keep Ed Rush, Coach.
I don't think you do. How do you?
Well,
I mean, if a coach came out and was betting on games, or would you keep him?
No. Now, he said he was joking.
Yeah, and that's not a joking matter.
And but Larry Scott, the commissioner of the Pac-12, that, you know, this, if Jeff Goodman doesn't bring this up or bring it to light, it probably is swept under the rug, and then we move on with this. Poor Sean Miller got fined $25,000 as well.
Yeah, if you're Sean Miller, do you think it's a joking matter?
No.
I don't either.
But can you give him his $25,000 back? Because then if you do that, then you've admitted wrongdoing.
Well, I don't think Sean's going to miss any deals, but you know, he's a great coach, a good friend. He just, I don't know.
Well, when you're displaying your personality on the sidelines, there are certain officials that probably feel like, you know, maybe that rubs them the wrong way, or they're the stars, or I'm trying to figure this out, how an official could tee up Sean Miller for him just talking about a double dribble that wasn't a double dribble, no cursing whatsoever.
Oh, listen, I've been kicked out of games for no cursing and no harsh words. For turning my back to the action, or kneeling and taking a knee, I've been kicked out a couple times for that, but I probably haven't gotten more than one technical in a season in the last 5 or 6 seasons. So, you know, you learn to deal with it. The great majority of these referees, I'm talking 99%, are tremendous what they do, and they're very ethical, and they work hard. But it's human nature. You're going to have a bad egg in every batch.
Good luck against Louisville, Coach. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
All right, Gregg Marshall, Wichita State head coach. I think he's already in game-like form there. All right, let's be honest here. Should I have played Jeff Goodman's comments about Gregg Marshall prior to Gregg Marshall?
I think we should have played it. We talked about the guy for hours. It was said on our show today. I'm sure he was caught off guard by it, and that's why he reacted a little abrasively, but totally understandable. I thought he came off fine.
What do you think, Steve?
It is an interesting way to start the interview, because I saw it as a negative comment that, well, most people, people in the industry don't like you, and that's why you don't get offered more jobs.
Fritzy?
It got a little awkward there.
I didn't want it to be awkward intentionally, and I realized it was, and I think he was coming back after me a little bit there.
We're here demonstrating the savings you can